Okay, today we're going to talk about stance. We're going to talk about the different attributes that are going to help you hunters be more successful in the woods and in tree stands especially. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to know how to gauge how we're standing or how to set up the stance. And the way we're going to start is first we have to have a reference point to line up our stance or our feet to. If I have a line and I drew a line down from the bullseye to the floor and drew a line all the way back to where the shooter's going to stand. When I was a kid, I was taught to stand so I was equal to the shooting line. So both toes were on the shooting line. If my heels, hips, and shoulders are aligned, because that's the most natural position as far as my stance. So if I aim the bow at the target, you're going to see that my arm and string are pretty close. So if you put hunting clothes on me and I'm aiming at the middle of the target, I'm probably going to make contact, even with the new string stops. I'm still going to make contact, and contact isn't a good thing when you're shooting. It takes away from your accuracy. So if we set up and we're going to change our stance, the way we're going to change our stance is not to move 1 foot, because what I'm looking for is from your instep, which is right here, across your toe is going to be on the line to the target. If I move 1 foot, I become tippy. I lose my solid base that my body is naturally standing on and is the most stable in. And I'm going to move my whole base. Both feet have to move. My back foot usually becomes parallel to the target, so I have an open stance. My heels, my hips, and my shoulders are in alignment. Now, I point my bow at the target with my heels, hips, and shoulders aligned. I've got a lot more room between my string and my forearm. The other thing that it's going to give me is clearance on my chest. Whether you're a lady or a hunting gentleman, again, we're going to be wearing clothes. We're going to be more bulky here, depending on the climate that you're going to be hunting in. And we're going to give you the best options for all climates. So if I pre-aim my bow and I come to full draw and my draw length is correct, my heels, hips, and shoulders are going to line up. I've got a ton of clearance. If I was to stand incorrectly, my chest moves closer to my strings, which is going to make contact. I don't want to make contact with the bow anywhere that I don't have to, because it's going to take away from your accuracy. The other point that we're going to make when you shoot an open stance, especially for hunting circumstances, is you have more rotational mobility. You can make a shot all the way around the tree stand that you're facing. So I think my deer is going to come from over here. So I'm going to change my stance. My tree stand is now facing this way because I think my deer is going to be over here. And the deer comes in, gets behind a tree. I present the bow to my target, and I come to full draw, and he moves very quickly. I want to be able to move over here without moving my stance and execute the shot. Rotational mobility with an open stance, you're a little shorter in draw length, but you're more compressed, and it gives you the ability to not only shoot the deer over here, but all the way over here. And that should help you guys, especially in a tree stand, with your accuracy.